Okay, we're going to do some more on trig lesson 82. And now we're going to use what they call the inverse signs. Inverse of sine and then cosine and tan inverse. And they look like this on your calculator. And we're still remembering the chief's name, SOHCAHTOA. Okay, this, we use the inverse when we only have measures of the sides of the triangle, and but we have no angle measures. So we use these inverse to calculate those. So let me give you an example. Say I have a triangle that looks like this. It's a right triangle, of course. It has sides of 12 and 15, and then up here it has no angle measure, but we want this angle. We want to know what this measures. So when this side is 12 and this side is 15, remember we just need two measurements to determine the unknown we're looking for. We're looking for an angle measure. When we are looking for an angle measure, we use the inverse right here, the inverse. Now, we need to be in degree mode, not rad mode. Mine actually looks like it's in rad mode, but it is in degree mode. So make sure that you are in degree mode on your calculator, not rad mode. Mine actually looked like it was that, but it wasn't. It's degree mode. And if you're not getting the right answers. So let's go ahead and look at this one. So we want to know this unknown. This is the unknown we want to know, which just stands for an angle measure that we're looking for. And we're right here at the angle measure. And this is the opposite side here. And this is the hypotenuse side. For this angle up here, this is the opposite. This is the hypotenuse. We look over here at the chief and see which one we're going to use. Well, we're going to use sine, aren't we? So we're going to use sine, and we have to use the inverse sine because we don't know the angle measure. That's what we're trying to discover. And it's opposite, so the opposite's going to go first over the hypotenuse. So then we take our calculator and let me get my calculator. It's kind of giving me trouble here. I have to sign in every time to. Okay. Give me a minute here. Okay, now I've got my calculator ready. Okay. And what I'm going to do, see down here it says rad, but if I punch that rad, I don't want to be in that mode. I want to punch and be, let me get a little closer to you so you can see. I punch that, that's rad mode. I don't want to be in that. I want to be in degree, which doesn't have anything. Normally our calculators are in degree mode, so we want to be in that mode. And we want to be in that mode for this whole section of trig. Okay, so if we go ahead and we find right here, you're going to have to find the second button. Find your second button, and when you punch that, if I don't have it punched, I have sine, cosine, and tan. If I punch the second button, I have the inverse sine, inverse cosine, inverse tan, the one with the little negative exponent there. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 12, divide by 15. That's what I'm looking to do over there. That equals that. And then I'm going to press the sine, the inverse sine button. And that is the measure of my degree, 53, of my angle, 53 degrees. So this angle up here is equal to 53 degrees. Okay, I'll do another one with you. Clear your calculator, leave it in second. And let's look at another one. We're going to use this one. We have a y here, x here. This is the degree. This is what I'm looking for right here. And this is 37. And this is 15. And what I'm looking for is this angle right here is the angle that I'm going to be looking for. I don't need those. And so I'm going to use an inverse because I'm looking for an angle. Anytime you're looking for an angle, you're going to use an inverse. And right at this angle, I have a adjacent side, and I have the hypotenuse. So I go over here. Where is adjacent and hypotenuse? Here it is, cosine, cosine. So this equals the inverse cosine. That's the one I want to use because I'm looking for the angle measure. Adjacent is first, so it'll be 15 over 37. Then when you do that on your calculator, oh, here we go again. I got to sign in, sorry. Do it on your calculator. We are going to, we're at the second. It looks like we're in rad, but we're in degree because if I punch it, that's rad. We don't want it. We want degree mode. And then we're going to do 15 divided by 37 equals, and then I'm going to hit the cosine exponent -1 or the inverse cosine, and I get 66 degrees, and this angle is equal to 66 degrees. Okay. So they all work like that. So you have to just determine which one you're going to use, sine, cosine, or tangent, depending on what information you have there. And you've got some lesson practice problems, A and through D. Okay, that's it of this lesson.